Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Please hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribing and you've got the bell notifications turned on. Make sure push notifications are on your phone and devices as well. Whether you watch on your TV, whether you watch on your laptop, desktop, MacBook, or iPhone, smart devices, get the notifications turned on so you don't miss any of our content. I feel for the past decade, it's always been a turbulent time, really, supporting Man United. And there have been many moments where I will defend my club if I feel we are being misrepresented in the media. I do that for other clubs as well. But there are times when I'm called out for probably what I'm about to do now, and that is condemn my club for pointless, damaging, non-productive leaks, the attack of players and or managers that persists at Man United is an abomination. We've all had our say on Jadon Sancho. And most Man United fans who support the club believe Ten Hag probably shouldn't have said anything. In fact, shouldn't have said anything. They didn't like the response from Jadon Sancho. They felt it just perpetuated the situation. There is a belief from most that the manager isn't happy with the overall performances and or training of the player, and that has led to a breakdown of their relationship. Some people completely back the manager. Some people completely back Jadon Sancho, and that's all fair. But where I'm annoyed is that Man United continue to fan this flame. And I don't know whether they think this is good PR for the manager, a good look for the club. Oh, the fans will get behind us because they'll see that, yes, we might need someone of a Jadon Sancho's quality and caliber right now. But the only reason he's not playing is because of his own insubordination, his laziness. When in fact, all it really does in reality is make the club look pony, amateur, demonstrates there are problems internally, winds up the fan base, and makes rivals and journalists point and laugh. And all this does is mount the pressure upon the football club. There are elements that you want to be kept in-house. And I'll say this many times before. We don't, as people, as human beings, we often can't handle the truth. And we prefer a watered-down, diluted version. The people that say they can handle the truth, that call for honesty at all times, again, they only mean that if the honesty is something they agree with. Outside of that, they bitch and whine and moan about it as well. And these stories have come out today. The first one says, in the build-up to the Arsenal match, the young trio of Dangor, Pellistri, and Hannibal had bust a gut in training. In Ten Hag's eyes, it would have been unfair if they'd been left out of the squad, so he dropped Jadon Sancho. We don't need to be told this. We certainly don't need the three young players' names to come out and be mentioned, because they will now become targets of anybody who supports Sancho or anybody that's against the manager. They now become a target, which hasn't helped them. They don't deserve that in any way, shape, or form. And again, this story is old. Why does the football club need to keep perpetuating it? This hasn't come from Sancho, because if you believe this story to be true, it's not a good look for him. So the club are leaking information on its players again. Why? And I'm looking at Ten Hag here. He has to control this. John Myrtle, they have to control this. They have to find the rats who are leaking this information and remove them from the football club. The report goes on to say that close friends of Jadon Sancho at Man United feel he's at fault in the dispute. Look, some fans think that, some fans don't. We don't need to know. We need the players getting their heads down and working hard to win football matches. We don't need this information being leaked. I don't personally think it strengthens Ten Hag's position. I think it's damaging. Because the message it will send to other players is, God, if I have a fallout with this manager, which, by the way, is atypical. I'm telling you now, Pep and Klopp have fallen out with some of their best players in the last 5, 6, 7 years. They just keep it under wraps. It's normal. It's normal. But what will these other players be thinking? Oh, if I have a problem, it's going to get leaked. I'm going to become a target. Separate newspaper, but all from the same media briefing, says that Man United were working with Jadon Sancho on his behaviour before he was dropped for the Arsenal game. And this is just, listen, I have criticised Jadon Sancho. I've been angry at Jadon Sancho at times for his footballing performances. Yeah, I've had a pop at some of these fanboys online, for having for thinking they're tough and they're hard and, being advocates and supporters with posters on their wall of the likes of Andrew Tate. Like, I've had a bit of banter with them, especially when, they've come at me. And I've criticised Jadon Sancho for his performances. But this is abhorrent. His behaviour. Again, an open-ended leak, which leaves a lot to the imagination and interpretation, to another newspaper who, generally speaking, The Guardian, hold a lot of credibility. And you just can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's out there again now. More crap towards Jadon Sancho. And I don't believe he deserves that. I don't believe this helps him. And as much as I've criticised Sancho, I want him to either, one, be a success at Man United or leave and be a success and be happy somewhere else. There is no personal vendetta in any way, shape, or form. And as much as I put Man United first, I'm doing that in this instance. Yes, I'm defending Sancho, but I'm also defending Man United because these types of leaks will not help us. It's an absolute abomination. It is a shameless, senseless, non-productive attack of one of our own players again that will do nothing to galvanize a squad, nothing to improve the football team. It will damage the mood amongst fans again. And for what? What is the point of this? How does it help? It doesn't help Sancho. It doesn't help Ten Hag. It doesn't help Manchester United. The manager and the board need to stop these goddamn leaks. I don't want to have to speak about this stuff, but I will. I'm going to call it out. It's absolutely horrendous. Like, I want your thoughts and your feelings on this. Enough is enough of the Sancho attacks. Enough is enough of outing the things he has supposedly done wrong. Can't keep attacking the man and flogging him in public. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Now, sticking with embarrassments, Harry Maguire has been running his mouth up again. Has a couple of good games. Has a good game for England, and he was pretty good against Italy. And suddenly, he's mouth almighty again. And the reason that this frustrates me is because it does nothing to help him. It does nothing to help Manchester United. And it does nothing to move us forward. It infuriates people. And this is who is educating these fools? Because that's all you're being here now, Harry, is a fool. It's foolish. You are going to get backlash from this, which is going to increase the way fans talk about you, treat you, speak about you, cheer you, boo you in a stadium. That pressure then increases. And we've seen what happens when that pressure is on you at Man United. You crumble. You crumble. Doesn't help you, doesn't help us. So stop it. He says here that proper England fans don't boo players. Don't boo players who dedicate their lives to play and do everything they can to make their country have good memories and have special moments for them and their families. Turn it in. Turn it in. People have booed you because we don't believe you've deserved to be in the England squad. Man United fans have booed you because your performances for the past couple of years, stereotypically, generally speaking, have been way below the standard required. And instead of owning this, you've consistently deflected. And it makes people boo you. Jordan Henderson was booed for a different reason. Now, some people agree with the booing of Jordan Henderson. Some people don't. But essentially, he was booed because he has been an ambassador for many years for the LGBTQ plus community, which, again, viewers, I'll be open with you. It's something that not everybody will support. I understand that. And everybody's got a right in a free society to support what they want. But Jordan Henderson did support it. He's then gone to play football in a country which does not support that community, and that community feels trodden on by Jordan Henderson. So if those individuals are in the stadium, they're going to boo him because they're not happy with his individual behavior, irrespective of England getting to a Euros final and England getting to a World Cup semi-final 5 years ago. It becomes inconsequential. Now, you may not agree with the people that are angry with Henderson, but they have a right to express themselves. If a footballer is given England or Liverpool or Man United or whoever it may be, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years of greatness, and then they start doing things that are bad, those fans have got every single right to criticize it. And a public way of criticizing this at a game of football is sometimes booing. This is part and parcel. To say that proper fans don't boo is a nonsense. Depends what they're booing for. I agree, booing Patrice Evra when he was racially abused was wrong. That's an example of it. But in this case, Maguire booing you and the fraction of England fans that booed Henderson, I understand it. They believe there's a just cause behind it. Now, if they were booing Henderson or any player for just going to play football in Saudi Arabia, I would say that was wrong. You know, why is that? You don't want anybody going to Saudi Arabia? I find that a little strange. But this is a specific example, and you're ignoring that. And as I say, Harry Maguire, listen, he's entitled to speak. I'm not saying he should be silenced, as in not allowed to speak. I'm saying he should choose not to speak. There's a fundamental difference between those two things because it doesn't help him and it doesn't help our club. Look, people, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on these subjects. I really, really do. Do me a favor and smash the like button before you leave. Honestly, this club is a